excuse my language, but fuck, 3,500 par that's low.
Yeah, Colin, it is low. Hideki Matsuyama birdied over half of the holes this week in Hawaii en route to winning on the PGA Tour, and he also switched putters earlier in the week. He is a madman when it comes to switching golf clubs, so let's go over all of the putters he's used to win on the PGA Tour because it's pretty insane. Now, I posted every single putter he's ever used in his entire career over on our main Instagram. So if you want to go check that out, you absolutely can. But let's start with the one that started it all, his ace. This is a Scotty Cameron Newport 2 GSS that he calls ace. It is the putter that he seemingly comes back to time and time again, no matter how often he switches. GSS stands for German stainless steel. We have a super lightly milled face on this one with a tour dot in the heel. I don't really know if it moves the center of gravity much, if at all, but it's there. And then you have a pretty classic Newport 2 shape. Now, something that is probably worth noting is it does look like the bumpers have been hand softened, so it's not quite as sharp a lines as a standard Newport 2. With this putter, you can see he won his first 4 events on the PGA Tour, then he moves on to something else. In one of the most odd equipment stories of 2017, he switched into a TaylorMade TP Mullen putter, and he used it to win the WGC Bridgestone in 2017. And this came at a really odd time when TaylorMade was really pushing putters and went out of their way to make some insane custom one-offs for tour players. Here's one they made for Brooks Koepka. Here's one they made for Justin Rose to try to replicate his Axis 1 putter. And they even made a spider arm lock putter for Bryson DeChambeau. Here's a look at the address pic of Hideki's TP Mullen. Obviously, it's a different color, but that's what it looks like. Then, and once again, one of the weirdest changes ever, Hideki moves into this Scotty Cameron Circle T Newport 2, which he goes on to win the Masters with. And as you can see right here, it is super similar to the stock 2014 Scotty Cameron Newport 2. Then he goes back to ace for the 2021 Zozo Championship and 2022 Sony Open. Then my boy Hideki gets on a winless streak. And if you know anything about Hideki, he does not like to spend periods of time not winning. So we get another big switch. En route to winning the 2024 FedEx St. Jude Championship, he switches into a completely custom one-of-one Scotty Cameron Craftsman. And unlike all of his other putters, he has a top dot on this one, a welded short plumber's neck, and then a bullet cavity filled with epoxy. Now, why is it filled with epoxy? Well, first and foremost, the bullet is there to take out weight, so obviously he wanted the head a little bit lighter. And then you go back and fill it with epoxy. Sometimes it's for sound. Sometimes it's for the fact that when you set the putter on the green, you don't want it like sliding, and so it might be a little bit rougher in terms of the surface there. And the other reason is that Hideki is a little bit insane, kind of like your boy. And as you can see here, he put lead tape on the shaft underneath his grip and lead tape right underneath the hosel adapter on his fairway wood. And so I think it is a totally feasible idea that he literally had Scotty Cameron pull all of that weight out and then said, it's a little bit too light. Let's fill it with epoxy mixed with tungsten and bring that head weight back up. And finally, my friends, we've arrived. Hideki Matsuyama wins this week in Hawaii with a completely custom one-of-one Scotty Cameron 009M prototype with a welded center shafted neck. And why did my GOAT Hideki Matsuyama make this switch? Because, and I quote, I saw somebody else using it, a center shafted putter, and thought, oh man, this looks good, so I had them make me one and I'm using it this week. Hideki, never change, man. Never change.